Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. Deano's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, and how's everybody doing for another episode of Deano's Night Out? Got a great guest today that's going to be coming on in a few short seconds. I'm going to tell you who he is. He's a American Idol star, as a matter of fact, and his name is Isaiah Grass. But before we get to Isaiah, we'll do a proper introduction. Our show today and every single day and every time Deano's Night Out is brought to you by the Arcata Theater, which is oshows.com. Ron Onesti, our very dear friend, supports the show each and every time that we go on. So here's what's going on in the Arcata this weekend, October the 31st, and that's today, Friday. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's the 50th anniversary tour, the Music Box, the only group in the world granted a license from Peter Gabriel and Genesis, will take a little trip back to the imaginative world of early Genesis as they recreate the legendary concerts from 1973 to 1974. It's a great show. It's going to be at the Arcata, 8 o'clock tonight, right there on Main Street, 105 East Main Street. And then tomorrow, over at the Arcata, we have, formed in 1968 by John Anderson and the late and much missed Chris Squire, have been one of the most innovative, influential, and best-loved bands in rock music history. Their 1970s albums, the Yes album, Fragile, or if you're Italian, Fragili, Close to the Edge, Yes songs, Tales from Topographic Oceans, Relayer, and Going for the One. They were groundbreaking in musical style and content. So that's what's going on at the Arcata Theater. And now, as I had promised you, we're going to move right along. We're going to go to introduce our guest. And our guest today, he's still a little tied up here. He's in chains. This is Isaiah Grass, everybody. Say hello.
Hi, guys. How are you doing today? It is such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me here today.
I was actually shocked and great. The last time we met was the Nightmare on State Street.
Yes.
And you look considerably different with all that makeup on. I was like, who is this guy? And then I got the information about you. I was like, wow, this guy is really something.
Thank you.
And I mean it.
Thank you.
And those of you that don't know, like I said, Isaiah, I'm going to get to my screen over here, get you a couple pictures. There's some serious pictures on here, some like casual pictures. And there's when you appeared on American Idol. I think that was got to be some kind of an experience, huh?
It was definitely an interesting experience for me. You know, I'm very grateful for all the exposure that it has brought to me after just being on that show just for even a short amount of time. I have had the opportunity to work with so many amazing people, from jumping out of an airplane with the U.S. Army and the Golden Knights
No kidding.
to singing the national anthem for the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, how neat is that?
It was very cool to being able to perform at all these different events throughout this time, and also being able to network with so many people like you and just overall having the opportunity to be able to share my voice with people afterwards, because as you know, in reality television, you don't always get to showcase who you are. They showcase what
Exactly.
they want you to be to the public.
Television always shows what they feel is going to sell,
Yes.
what they want to do. And that's why I showed the pictures that I did. Again, for those of you watching on the YouTube, And if you want to make a phone call in, you'd like to talk to Isaiah, please do so. 847 931 1410. That's the call in line. 847 931 1410. But if you're on YouTube and you still have a chance to go there, it's youtube.com/ at WRMN Radio. But the reason I bring this up is, you've got so many different poses. And, well, because that's the kind of person you are. You've got, you know, you're not just one guy. You're not a
No.
cookie cutter type person.
No.
And the energy that you had when we saw you in the studio on the Nightmare, right?
Nightmare.
Yeah, thank you. I always mess it up, man. God knows. But I mean, it was like, wow, this guy's really got things together.
Thank you.
And then you were with, who were the judges when you were on The Idol?
Katy Perry, Lionel
Oh, wow.
Richie, and Luke Bryant. And what is so crazy that I still think about this to this day is that they chose to stand up and sing along with me during my audition of Take On Me with AHA. And
Oh, I love that song.
yeah, these are people that have sold millions of records around the world. And for
Yeah.
them to even take one moment of their time to stand up and sing along with
How
me,
cool is that?
I'll never forget it. And clearly no one has ever forgotten about it either. So I'm very grateful for that as well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I didn't see the clip. I got a little bit rushed because
That's
traffic
totally
on the way
okay.
coming here as well. But nonetheless, it was like, wow. I says, this guy's really got things going on. Just your energy, your friendliness.
Thank you.
And I know you're spread all over the place on different platforms,
I am.
which is really kind of cool, isn't it?
Yes, I got the opportunity earlier this year to partner with syndicated radio stations, and also I now am a cable TV host on Channel 19 Can TV. My show is called The Isaiah Grass Show, and I interview different people. I do live coverage, so I go to events. I just did my first red carpet event. That was amazing.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
It is so cool.
Yeah.
I got flown out to Nashville to go host the 2025 Infinity Music and Film Awards at the MC1 Records. They hosted the event. I was very grateful for that. And then I got offered to be able to interview so many different people. I mean, I just interviewed Sean McNamara, who just created the new movie Soul on Fire in movie theaters. I interviewed Christine W., who has 17 #1 hits on the Billboard Dance Chart. I interviewed Marie Anderson, who discovered Cindy Crawford. I mean, just so many things have happened for me, and I'm so grateful. The last time I spoke to you guys, I talked about gratitude because so many people get a really big head
Oh
in
my
this
God.
career. And for me, I don't allow myself to do that because it's so easy to be forgotten just like that. But also, you have to remember the people that help you along the way because
You can't
this
forget
industry will
those
eat you
people.
up.
Absolutely. And just listening to you talk, again, you're on many, many pretty cool platforms.
Thank
I mean, you
you.
should be very proud of the
Thank you.
achievements you have.
Thank you.
And I'm listening to you and I'm watching you and I'm looking at you and you're like, you're mentioning all these names and you're like lighting up. You're excited, but in your own right, you're a star as well.
Oh,
I
you.
mean, believe me, you're shining bright.
Thank you.
And to be able to recognize somebody else that, is either in the industry with you, whether it's the parallel of the same genre of music or something completely different. I think that's neat that you're excited because now you're doing interviews.
Thank you.
And what's better than that? Meeting other people in the industry.
And you also get to see the transparency of their life.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times when we look at people who are really, really successful,
Right.
everything in their life is so perfect.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, but is it?
No. And
There's not a
so-
one of us that have a perfect
No.
life.
And so for me to be able to have the experience of being on Idol and then all the different TV stations I've also been on as well, to now be able to have that moment to interview people who all of us would say, oh my gosh, I saw you in this movie. I listened to your album when I was 5 years old, or
Right.
I saw this person in a magazine. For me to be able to identify with that person just for like a quick 30-minute interview just to get to know who they are, it has been such a treat for me. And I have so many other people that I'm going to be interviewing. My next interview I'm actually doing is with a paranormal professor. He was on the TV show The Unexplained with William Shatner on the History Channel.
Oh, cool.
And that again is like, I can't even imagine like how all these things have happened, and I'm so grateful.
Well, maybe
for
he
it.
could release you from the chains you're under here. Yeah, we had a couple of paranormal people on here, and that's not my cup of tea. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
yeah.
You give me a nice, good, violent homicide and a little bit of gory stuff, horror stuff like that. I can handle that.
Yeah.
But you start talking ghosts and you start
Yeah.
talking that paranormal, that gives me the creeps. I have a hard time with that. But
For me, when I
I'm
got,
learning it.
I get it. And I'm
Yeah.
with you 100%. So with this guy, he has created so many different type of conferences for UFOs and Bigfoot and even the paranormal world. And it may not be our cup of tea, but I promise you there are listeners out there who love that
Oh,
stuff
there's so
too.
many that in this
Yeah.
time of the year, especially.
Yeah.
And we had that one guy that did the mind twist. Do you remember his name, Matt?
Oh goodness, what was his name?
Great guy. And I tell you what, he broke it down. And once he started breaking it down, the paranormal stuff, and we had the other gentleman that joined us on the YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
it made a whole lot more sense to me. I get it.
Right.
A lot of these mediums or whatever they want to call themselves, they're not really searching to do the, we're going to go do a
Right.
seance.
Right.
It's they have a gift where people reach them,
Yeah.
and so I guess you have to recognize that. We're all different, and to have that ability, my God, right? You're reaching, we reach the people that are alive anyhow.
Yes.
Look at all the ones. You're all over the place. I saw the your one record cover. I mean, you're in USA, you're in Spain, you're in Mexico, Argentina, Japan, Australia, Italy, Peru, India, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Colombia, Panama, Peru, Chile, Germany, Venezuela. Where aren't you? You know?
Well, I'm here today, and
Yeah,
that's
well,
all that
God
matters.
bless. Yeah. Well, I tell you, thank God you weren't in Jamaica during this last
No.
what do you call it, hurricane that came
There,
through.
there are so
Those
many
poor
things.
people.
That, so, we always focus on like the things that happen in our lives, but
Yeah.
like think about the people that are in this exact moment, like this exact time, and what they're dealing with in their life, or like what is happening in their life right now that maybe we don't even know what that
Not a
experience
clue.
is.
Right.
And so it shows us gratitude of our very moment that while we're alive, because you talked about like, well, we're still alive, we can promote this.
Sure.
But think about the people in another country who don't have any food.
Well, the
Think
key
about
word, empathy. You have to have
exactly.
empathy for others around. And that's why I said, listening to you and the excitement, don't lose that excitement,
Thank you.
especially when you start doing all your interviews. Doing these interviews for me is new as well. Matt's been doing this for some time. Dennis, Tammy, everybody else that's been here, our morning show host, um, Elliot Serrano and Sue Castle. They've been doing this stuff and they're pretty good at it. Sue's relatively new. But you see, all I try to do is this is just us talking.
Yeah.
I don't have, I got notes about you. I
Yeah.
got all kinds of stuff I could read and
Yeah.
and brag like heck about you because I
Oh,
tell you what,
very
you
kind.
got well, and I mean it sincerely. You've got so many accomplishments
Thank you
at
so
a young
much.
age.
Thank you
I
so
mean,
much.
God bless you for being able to accomplish as much as you have,
Thank you.
so far. And I think your humility is going to keep you in the arena, in my opinion. I just think that that's what keeps people around. Don't forget where you come from. Remember all the people that help. The guy that's holding the microphone on these big shows you're on.
Yeah.
The help people because you got to have makeup on certain sets.
Yeah.
The one that's taking care of your makeup. Everybody makes up that puzzle.
Right.
You know, yeah, you're the talent and you're the guy that's got the voice and the act and all like that. But without all that stuff around, without the guy on the soundboard, they can
Right.
make you sound pretty terrible.
Right.
You
And
know?
it's been going back to gratitude.
Yes, there you hit the nail on the head there.
It's a team effort. You being here, the people who have the lights on here, the sound people, everybody involved.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, and we can't just all do it all ourselves. We have to be able to show gratitude for each person showing up here.
And again, we've got a host of accomplishments to date. Like if you were to, what you're like, other than being able to sing with, Lionel Richie, my all-time favorite. That's my era. I'm a lot older than you. But, other than that, your idol moment at that particular time, what you're like, wow, did I just get done doing that? Or did I just have that interview? What is your stick out item? I guess I want to ask you to date. And I know you got a career that's so much more in front of you, but you've accomplished so much now. That's why I'm asking you. Normally, I wouldn't ask somebody, you know, I don't want to say as young as you are, but new to the business. And even though the credentials are here, what really have you done that said, man, this is really something. I like this. This is why I'm doing this.
I have two or
I'll take them all.
getting invited by the U.S. Army to jump and skydive 1,200 feet up in the air with the Golden Knights. I mean, man, I never thought in a million years I was gonna jump out of an airplane. The second thing I would say is to be invited to host a show of my own on radio. I mean, I'm
And
on
TV.
yeah,
Channel 19, Cam TV
yes,
in Chicago.
I'm syndicated with so many different stations. I'm on iHeart, Odyssey, TuneIn,
Apple, Roku.
yeah, podcast. I also just created my own
iHeart.
media company. It's called
Nice.
IGMP TV Network, introducing great media to people because there are so many people out there, whether they're musicians, whether they're filmmakers, or anything in general. You know, we all want our chance to be seen, heard, and found. And so by creating this outlet, I'm trying to help everyone out there. And with the experience that I've had throughout my career, I mean, you talk about all my accomplishments, but I just want people to know not everything has been great for me.
Oh.
After I was on Idol, I actually had my identity stolen, and I was gonna actually stop my career completely. I My social media got hacked, my bank got hacked. You know, people were buying stuff on my behalf. People were pretending to be me, like you name it. It was a devastating thing for me because you mentioned all those countries. All those people saw me on television, or all those people have learned about me
Ah.
over time. I'm so grateful for all the different people that follow me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or any of this stuff. But like, this is just a warning though. If you can't mentally be able to handle what comes with the limelight, being on camera, being on the radio, or any of this stuff, then you got to really do a step back in yourself and do some soul searching because you have to understand not everything in the entertainment industry is light. And that's
Oh.
what I represent here right now is the darkness and also the fear that chains us down to being not allowing us to do anything. And so these chains are supposed to symbolize of what's constantly stopping us. But if we pull through, we can break through everything.
There you go.
And then we can become our better self. And that has been something for me that has been such a powerful thing for me as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a new media personality is that I've lived these moments of darkness. I've lived these moments of insecurity. I've lived these moments of not knowing where my next my next life, my next goal was going to go. But I stayed determined, and I showed myself that if I didn't give up, that I could be a role model to people out there to not let their chains to keep them locked down.
Right.
Because so many times people are scared of that. We are all scared of like what our brain is telling us, but we have to follow our heart. We have to tell ourselves like, hey, you know what? That thing that I wanted to do, I'm going to go and try it. Because honestly, Dennis, like if I didn't give myself the chance, I would not have jumped out of an airplane.
Right.
If I didn't give myself the chance, I probably wouldn't have even gone on American Idol. I wouldn't have done any of this stuff because I graduated from a performing arts high school. I worked with modeling agencies and stuff like that, but it didn't train me to be fearless. I had to become fearless myself through the experiences of my life.
Hmm.
And that's why these chains are so important because it talks about how just constantly keeping us down. And also in my song I wrote called Coming For Ya. If people haven't heard it yet, I encourage people to go listen to it. It's called Coming For Ya. And I actually worked with Sonic Palace Studios on the song in Chicago. We made a rock version. And I also have a new AI music video. Yes, I'm going into the AI world now.
That's okay.
And we're trying to do it in like the next, month and a half or so, or maybe even like the very beginning of January. But we're gonna make an AI music video of it. And I partnered with Club Jumpers. Club Jumpers are an 80-time Billboard charting duo. They've sold over 30 million records. They have worked with Britney Spears, Madonna, Ricky Martin. They've worked with Menudo. They have worked with Mariah Carey. I mean, they've worked with everybody.
Sure.
And for them to give me the opportunity to work with them,
Well, they see something in you.
And
I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, I certainly do. I mean, Matt, what
Hmm.
you say?
Absolutely.
thank
And
you.
now you had a woman with you the
Yes,
night.
yes, that's my manager,
Okay.
Carrie.
And what's her name?
Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
She has been my rock through some of the hardest times of my life because I've had other management, but she by far has been the most instrumental thing in my career as a friend, as a manager, as a mentor, and being there to really keep me grounded. Because that's what I was talking about. Like, when I get this opportunity to talk to somebody who's really famous, you always think they're gonna be super arrogant, but sometimes it only takes one question to give them
Yeah.
humility
And
really
puts them right
fast.
where they need to be.
Yes, and that's what Carrie has really taught me. You are no better than anybody else. And that's what I feel allows me to talk to anybody is that we all still put on our shoes just the same. We all still bleed if we get cut, and
Absolutely.
we all cry when we have sorrow in our life.
Hmm.
And it
Yeah,
goes back,
not every day's the happy day. Not every day you're
right,
dropping a new song. Not every day
right.
is the good. Some days there's like you said, you had an identity situation go
Yeah.
on. I mean, people out there are always going to be doing negative things. To rise above negativity and
Yes.
diversity is very, very important. An individual with your charisma, I'll for sure say, but with your style, with your demeanor, with your desire to want to achieve, and bringing everybody along with you. There's a story, and it's a real fast one. It was about the Special Olympics, and so the kids are running, and they got their physical handicaps, and they're doing their like 50-yard dash, and this story's been told a million times. So they're doing their 50-yard dash. So they're all going, and all the parents, come on, you're gonna win, you're gonna win. They're rooting their child on, right? So all of a sudden, one of their friends falls to the ground,
Mm.
and they're like, "Don't worry about it. We're gonna go get her. She'll be fine. Come on, cross the finish
They
line,
go
cross
back
the
and go get
finish
them.
line." So what they all did was, all the kids stopped. They picked her up themselves, and they all locked arms, and they went across the finish line together. So we have to remember those things. We're all the same,
We are.
okay, to a degree.
Yeah.
We're all the same, and things like that are very important to remember where we come from, who we are, and what makes us the person that we are. They showed their identity, okay? Now the parents were like, "Yeah, don't worry, we got it, we'll pick her up," but that's not what needed to be done. The parents should have had sense enough to say, "Hey, everybody, go and get them." But those kids that had different challenges, whether physical or mental, uh, you know, they were able to realize that the right thing to do is go for my friend
Right.
because they've always been together.
Right.
But that's what it is. And you seem to be speaking of the same way, and I like that in you. Hey, you hear that music? Oh, you don't have that? Okay. Well, that's the music that says we are at the bottom of the hour.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to take a short break. You don't mind sticking around for just a little
No,
while,
of course
do you?
not. No.
I mean, I'm enjoying the heck out of our conversation.
Thank
Matt,
you.
Matt won't let us get a word in edgewise. What's going
Matt,
on
we
over
gotta
there,
talk
Matt?
to you.
I know. Yes, we'll definitely in the next segment here for
Yeah,
sure.
he's been
Yeah.
talking all day. He's been on here all day long. I asked Matt to come along because whenever I have these, individuals like yourself, I like to have a little backup. That's what it is. But hey, everybody, this is an awesome interview we have going on. Isaiah Grass. That's who's in the studio. That's the gentleman right here next to us. So we'll be back. WRMN 1410 right here, live in Studio 14. We'll catch you in just a few short moments.
So come on and listen now.
Hey, how you doing? We are back.
It's Deano's
Another
night
segment
out.
of Dino's Night Out right here, Studio 14, WRMN 1410. And we have had Isaiah Grass in the studio with us, and I'm not really sure if this is who we have in the studio now, because we have another person over here, and I don't know what's going on. Is that you in there, Isaiah? What's going on here?
It is me.
Okay.
So the reason why I was wearing this mask is because a lot of times people wear a mask every time of the day.
Mhm.
And it is our choice of how we want people to see us. Do we want us to show people that we are genuine? or do we want people to see us in a costume
Yeah.
just to make them focus on what we do? Because a lot of times, we're all humans. We all get upset. We all get emotional. We all want the best for ourselves, but we don't always think of other people's emotions. And it's really easy to just put on a mask and just, because look how colorful it is.
Oh
And,
yeah, it's pretty to look at, and
it
that's what it is.
talks about like with the idea of like it being avant-garde, but also at the same time of like showcasing something that makes you stand out. So it's the same thing to me when I think about us as people, where we have the choice every single day to be able to decide how we want people to focus on us.
How
If
you want to be viewed.
Yeah, exactly. If we want people to see us from a perspective of us being kind, or do we also show it to people as genuinely feeling we only want them to see us for what benefits them?
Mhm.
And that's what I've come to realize being in the entertainment business is there are so many people out there that wear a mask all day long. And there are so many people out there that fool you with that mask on all the
Exactly.
time. And for me, I would like to believe I'm trying to make it where we can take our mask off and still work with people, and we can take our mask off and we can still show people our true self.
Yeah.
Because in
That's
this,
what makeup is all about. Makeup
yes,
is for the presentation. You've already identified humility that you clearly possess greatly,
thank you.
and the fact that yeah, you want to break out of the chains that hold you back, and it's no different than the old expression: morals aren't taught; they're caught.
Yes,
So you could hide behind this mask of being this pristine, lily white person, but really you're just a rotten, no good bum
right?
because nobody even knows it because you've not allowed yourself to be out there.
Yes,
And if you don't put yourself out there, how is someone going to relate to you? You have to say, "Here I am. I'm I'm with you. This is who I am."
right.
You know, and I think that's and that's what you're saying.
Yes.
If I'm hearing
No,
you.
no, absolutely.
Okay.
I've in this industry, you guys talk about all my accolades, which I'm very grateful for. But what I truly want to highlight to people who are wanting to be in this business is be prepared to find a lot of people who are going to wear a mask. They're
Mhm.
going to tell you everything you want to hear.
All
They're
day
going to
long.
make you feel like you are the biggest star ever. But what are they going to want from you in return? Are they going to want your happiness? Are they going to want your money? Are they going to want to make you feel as if like you only matter if it's because of them? And that's the thing that I've had to personally come through and find my identity as an artist. And that's why with my company, IGMPTV.com, we help artists, we help filmmakers, we help podcasters, we help everybody out there to showcase their story of who they are. Because a lot of times there are so many people out there that see people for this small little spot of talent. And I want to be able to show people that there's so much more to them.
Mhm.
But it's so easy to get caught by the pretty mask and the people who want you to believe
Sure.
everything. And so I hope that I can highlight that to people and show them that there are still good people out there that you
Oh, there's
can
a lot
trust.
of good people. Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't get that chance because,
And are we giving people the chance to see us?
yes,
And to your point again with the mask, are we really letting everybody know, hey, you know what? This is who I really am.
right.
You may think I'm a certain thing, and yes, I've got credentials for this or for that, but this is like, for instance, what do you like to do when you're not performing? What's your favorite pastime or passion of yours? What do you like to do?
I like to
Do you?
eat.
Yeah. You never
Same
know by
here.
looking at you. Yeah.
I actually was just at a Chinese buffet yesterday. I ate 8 plates of food.
I love
I
it.
do
That's
like
great.
to eat.
So that's your thing, huh?
No,
Now, I
no, no.
noticed some
That's
pictures.
just joking.
You were holding, you have a little dog?
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
I see
His
that?
name is Izzy. Yeah,
Izzy or Izzy?
Izzy. Letter I, letter Z. Yeah,
Oh, I got you. Izzy. Nice.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
the reason it came like that is it was not meant to happen that way. But when I was a little kid, when I was a baby, I think my mom or someone in my family called me Izzy. And so when I had my dog, I was going down a list of names, and the only
Just
one
kinda
he would
come to you.
identify with was Izzy. So he perked his head up. I'm like, all right, Izzy. And then that's how I got
That's
his
what we're
name.
going with.
That's where we're
That's your
going with
name.
it. Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, other than food, I mean, what's your?
That was totally joking.
I know you were, but what do you, what do you get into?
I
You just
go
like
to the.
do you like the quiet walks? Do you?
Yes, I do because I do go to the gym. I lift, do the elliptical, treadmill, all that stuff. But I also like to go walking because
Mhm.
when I go walking, I'm usually on the phone with people. I try to get my 7 to 10,000 steps a day. Did you know that if you do 7,000 steps a day, that can actually help you to keep like your body
Yeah.
a lot more like healthy?
The core, it
Yeah,
strengthens the
yeah.
core.
Not only that, but like it's really good for like your mental health just to be able to go for a walk. A lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, I'll sit in the house or I'll do something for a long period of time. But when you go outside and you let Mother Nature around you, like it seriously will make you feel better. Like you could have a really bad day, but you go outside for 15 minutes, you just feel the breeze or maybe the rain or maybe the hot heat, and you forgot everything that was bothering you at that moment.
Hmm.
And sometimes you gotta leave that phone behind
Yes,
and have just that time for you. And you're also, you're a songwriter, so
I am.
you're
Yes,
you're making the lyrics and you're
yes,
putting it to know. So you know how to read music and all of that as well.
yes.
So
So
it's not just you're a songwriter, but you can come up with it. And
I graduated from a performing arts high school
okay,
and I did work with a lot of different people. I actually had a music teacher who was from Juilliard.
okay,
He unfortunately passed away, but he has really helped me tremendously on a lot of stuff. I dabbled into playing instruments. I just don't like doing it.
yeah,
I feel like for me, my persona is liking to be in the moment instead of being distracted from remembering my chords or something and something of that nature.
yeah.
And
You're
so
more expressive doing what
yes,
you're doing.
yes.
Yeah,
So you talked about songwriting. I have wrote all of my songs
nice.
in my entire career, and I've wrote songs for toxic relationships. I've wrote songs for people who are going through suicide. I'll kind of give an idea. But my song, This Is Not a Love Song, I wrote that about being in toxic relationships. We've all been through them.
Oh
Whether
God,
we want to talk about them, it's a
yeah.
different story.
Yeah.
We're all there.
Then I wrote a song called Christmas with You. I donate the proceeds to children's hospitals and Salvation Army. Then I wrote my song called Wherever You Are. And my song Wherever You Are is about going through hardships in life. And we actually released it right after American Idol. And like it was so like a perfect timing. And then I wrote a song called I Need You. And I collaborate with the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And I'm considered one of their brand ambassadors on their website. You can go find me on their celebrity site. I don't call
Nice.
myself that. And so it's given me an opportunity to be able to write songs that have allowed me to find a reason behind them. When I first started, I released an album called Expect the Unexpected. And it's kind of like with the chains and everything. Like, you don't ever know what these phrases mean, but then you're always like, Hi, I'm Isaiah Grass. Expect the unexpected. What? What does that mean?
Yeah, sure.
You don't know, but like I got you thinking about it.
Yeah.
So when I first started music, I was dabbling in a lot of different things about just like making music, but I don't think I really had structure behind why I was writing them. So over time, when I started creating more songs, they meant something more to me. So like I wrote a song called "A Girl Like You," and "A Girl Like You" is about being. Think of you liking a person, but you know that they are with someone, but you know that you're the right person
You're
for
the
them.
better fit.
Yeah,
Right.
but you don't
And you're
want to.
looking for
Yeah, yeah.
what that person is.
Right. And you
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
interfere in the relationship, but you
Right.
kind of want them to come to their common sense and saying, like, hey, you know what? I should be with you instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I wrote a song where it's called Coming For You. And Coming For You, the one that we talk about with the chains, it's about not being afraid of just trying. And when you get knocked down, fear will chase you everywhere.
Yeah.
The pre-chorus is don't try to tell me who I'm going to be. Look in the mirror, face the demons you see. I'm stronger, I'm wiser. You cannot stop me. Because we don't ever give ourselves that moment in our life to say, man, I really should have went and go do that. Because woulda, coulda, shoulda is not the present moment. It's the
Yeah.
past moment. And I have had to live that day and night, everything that I've done in my life. You talk about like, what is that thing about me that has been the most special? I feel honestly now being able to have the platform to be able to just share my voice. And if it can touch somebody out there,
Yeah.
I did the right thing. When I was a little kid, I wanted to make music that inspired people. I didn't know what genre that was going to be. But I know for me, when I create songs, even like I'm making a new album right now, won't get into any details yet. But the thing is like all these songs that I'm doing, they have to have a reason behind them.
Right.
When I first started, I don't think I really did that. I think I was just making songs. I was like, well, I think people want to hear a pop song, so I'm gonna write a pop song. But now they feel like to the core to me. There's a song right now that I'm working on right now that it's about having gratitude to a person in your life that you love, that they've been there with you through every hardship in your life. And it's not lustful, it's not anything that's like romantic, but it's just like really being grateful to have that person in your life.
Yeah.
And
Recognizing that that person is there. You know, you
yes,
mentioned Carrie, your manager,
yes,
and you mentioned from Juilliard,
yes,
your professor who
yes,
passed away.
yes,
See, each one of those people have contributed to who you
they
are
have,
and made you the person you are.
yes,
Like you say in the beginning, you're just making these songs, which is
yes,
great. You know, it's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. But then once you start seeing that, wow, I'm reaching certain people on different
yeah,
levels, and you also, it appears, just by the variety of the songs you're discussing and talking about, you have the ability to change gears
yeah,
and move into something else. And not that the other item isn't less or more important. It's just that this you're feeling it. You're in the moment
yeah,
and you're breathing the air, and the air at the moment is driving you this way. And wherever it takes you,
right,
you follow your gut, which is good.
right. Thank
Be
you.
having that intuitive feeling, especially in this industry,
Yes,
is something that I would think you wouldn't want to lose.
right.
You know, intuition, I'll tell you what, that's like street smarts. I'll take that over any education. You keep your 4-year degrees and whatever you want to be, masters and everything. You have that knowledge of people and understanding and empathy, the key word, to understand what someone's going through.
Right.
And then you relate your life and a talented guy like you that's able to
Thank you.
convey it into now a song
Thank you.
to where you're able to reach all these people, not just, you know, "Come, I want to help this." You're helping a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if you help one person, you know, you're when you were saying with the suicide
Yeah.
dilemma that's going on in mental health right now is a very, very serious issue.
Yes.
So if you reach one person, you've done your job. You know what I mean? Because that person didn't get away from us and they're still with us. And they realize with your tenacity and with your excitement and just with you, this is life, man. Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
What's after this?
Right.
And I want to try this now. So I would say don't ever give that up.
Thank you so much.
I mean, that's really something you possess, at least that I'm seeing, Matt.
Yeah, and you know what? You know where you came from too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you said, I mean, you give recognition to the people who help to inspire you, and you make it known, and you thank them. And I think that that's something that is so important that I know a lot of times in the industry you don't usually see. So I think that really stands out, and I think you can really make a big impact by showing that to other people.
Thank you.
And
What
you
what I
have. I mean,
Thank
honestly,
you.
you just have. Just the conversations that we have.
Thank you.
You know, I
What
met you at the Nightmare, but again, that was fun and laughs and gags and all that kind of stuff. But getting to know the real person, to realize that,
Yeah.
wow, this is a person that's like, I like this.
Thank you. What I didn't tell you guys is that I got bullied so much when I was younger, and I think so many times people get bullied, but one of the biggest accomplishments for me has been able to get over the the bullying,
Yeah,
the things that people said I would never do this or I wouldn't go here or there. And if I can put myself in the position of maybe there's someone in school right now that has gone through what I had to go through, maybe there's someone at a job that has gone through that, maybe someone in a relationship has gone through that, and maybe they can accidentally come across Isaiah Grass and find out whatever music I do or anything like that, they won't feel alone in this world. And that's why my song Wherever You Are is so powerful and so many people like it. I've had people tell me that they played at people's graves.
yeah,
I've had people tell me that the song has helped them when they were feeling like no one understood anything about what was going on in their life. You know, my song I Need You, it is about trying to stop people from taking their life away from them, but also not being scared to ask for help when you're depressed. I
Mhm.
get depressed, you get
Oh,
depressed,
who
you get
doesn't?
depressed.
Sure.
But in
Yeah.
this industry, we pretend and we put this mask on. And that's what I'm trying to stop is in this industry is just to show people like it's okay to cry if you lost someone in your family. It's okay to cry if you lost your job.
It's
It's
okay
okay.
to not be okay.
Yes, just like
Yeah.
Jelly Roll's song.
Yep.
And I think that's what so many people pay attention to now is because when you see social media and you see the reality television and you see the magazines and the billboards and all these things, we only see the mask. We never get to
Glamour
see.
and glitter. That's all that
Yeah.
everybody's about. Yeah.
And I don't want to be about that. I want to be able to show people, like, if I have the privilege to interview a person who is a massive star, I don't want to just talk about their accolades. I want to talk to them about their struggles. I want to
Mhm.
know, where did something in your life make you feel like, wow, someone gave me a chance? Because that's what people don't always talk about. This industry is very cutthroat. And in
Totally.
and in this world, you got to remember the first person that gave you the chance. You got to remember the first person that said, you know what, I'm actually going to do what I say. Because I have been lied to by so many people. I have been told by so many people they would do something. And now the universe is allowing me to use my media outlets to help that person who was lied to,
Sure.
then I'm proud of that. And I am very grateful that you guys have given me this opportunity to talk to you guys
Well, it's
about
our
who I
privilege
am.
because I'll
Mhm.
tell you, in your, you're interviewing more and more different people, whether they're stars, whether they're up and comers or been around for a long time. You're sincere. Just because you are, you can't expect that from somebody else either. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're interviewing, so hey, so really, tell me what you're all about. Maybe they are all superficial, and
Right.
maybe they want to wear that mask
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Right.
Maybe they've been stung so bad.
Yeah.
You talk about bullying. My daughter was on the cover of People magazine a few years back, half your size, and she was pretty heavy for a while there. And Christina, and she was bullied nonstop, and just was terrible. You know what I mean? And then she lost. She was all the way down. I'll show you pictures. I mean, was in Today's Show, the whole nine
Very
yards,
cool.
and that was her moment. That moment in the spotlight, I guess you'll call it. But she was doing talks at different high schools and trying to let people know about the bullying. Don't let them drag down your energy. Don't ever let anybody drag you down. Don't let anybody stop you from the goals that you have set for yourself. Because you let someone take away your goals and take away your self esteem, it's over.
Right.
You can't have that. And because you've experienced it,
Oh,
and now you've made songs even subliminally. Maybe you set out to make them that way, but you've made a song that addresses that. Look how many people you're able to reach
yeah.
because you've got the experience in it and
When
you know what it is.
when someone goes through an experience, they can have empathy for an experience. When someone has not had the experience, they don't care about the experience. And I feel like a lot of times, until you're in someone's shoes and you know what it's like to
Sure.
be bullied, or you know what it's like to lose something, or you know what it's like to be taken advantage of, then you can understand it.
Yeah.
Which brings me
Yes.
to, when I did get hacked, I wrote this song called More Than Friends, because you talk about all these countries and all these people that, found me. I I was overwhelmed with the amount of people that had contacted me. I mean, I had over 1,500 friend requests on Facebook, and like I was getting like just constantly. And I think the endorphins was like, "Oh, wow, cool."
Everybody loves me.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not going to hurt me.
yeah. And so I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But realistically, what happened was is I would get friend requests from people from other countries who were hackers. And I didn't know that. How would anyone know that? Like, you could
Yeah.
send me a friend request on Facebook and
Sure.
I wouldn't know that. And so I had to become a lot more guarded in my heart and be able to say, even though I want to be in the limelight, I also have to give myself restrictions of how far I want to put myself out there. So when I wrote my song More Than Friends, it's about the predators, the hackers, and the people that want to be more than friends, because everybody wants to be liked. Everybody
Oh, who
wants
doesn't?
views. Everybody
Sure.
wants that stuff. But you don't know, what are people's motives.
That's the hard part.
Right.
How do you identify it? But just because you've been wronged, um, whatever, mistreated or
Yeah,
whatever by one,
right.
doesn't mean that the rest are going to do the same
Oh,
thing.
I've met so many wonderful
know,
people
sure.
throughout my career, through
Yeah.
even Facebook friend requests and, random emails and phone calls. And you can't base it's kind of like dating.
Yeah.
You can't base just one bad experience and say, oh, because
It's a red flag.
yeah,
Yeah.
not every single person's a red flag.
Makes you stronger.
Exactly.
You go through the experience again. Now you have the empathy for somebody else
Yes.
because you got a little bit more knowledge, and you're like, oof, God, I don't want to do that again.
Yes.
Man, I sure didn't like the way that felt,
Hmm.
and so you're experienced now. And again, through your songs and through your creative writing, you're able to put it out there and people connect. You'd be surprised when someone's going through something, as it has for me in my life, a lot 3 times your age. You feel it that certain songs they reach it, and as you get older, you start understanding the words in the song.
Right.
I never used to listen to songs. I like that song, nice beat, nice this, but then you start hearing the songs, and now I know why those songs appeal to me
Right.
because my brain was hearing it, even though I was just, yeah, I dig the song. Then you're starting to realize what it is,
Absolutely.
and you have that, you appear to have that gift that you're able to do that.
Thank you.
Share yourself through your music and through
Thank
your
you.
craft. That's something.
Thank
Really.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
You
just
should be
wait till
very
my
proud
new
of that.
album coming out. I have a whole
I
lot more
can't wait for
emotions.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till the new one comes out. Yeah, you're not gonna tell us the name of it or anything?
I don't know the name of it
Oh, you're
yet.
still working on it.
Yeah, we're still working on everything right now.
Nice.
We have some concept ideas. I will tell you, one of the songs is me embodying an animal of like several different people, and one song is about thinking that you're better than everybody, and it might be called High Almighty, which is not supposed to be religious, but like, some people.
Holier than thou. I
Yeah,
get it. I
yeah.
got you.
And
All right.
then there's another song where we're gonna be talking about the fire that's within us that maybe we let sizzle out. And then also there's a song that I'm working on that is very much an anthem of love.
I like that.
Very cool.
Listen, Isaiah, you promise you come back another time?
Oh my
We're
gosh,
at the top
I would
of the
love-
hour.
I would love
You don't
that.
have the headset on. The music's already playing. So listen, this has been Isaiah Grass. What a great interview. I am so glad you came in today. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
So come on back and see us again right here, WRMN 1410.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Just pretend it's
Thank
not
you.
happening.